Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track by an act named Heero the Outcast titled Two Seater, and if we switch over to here we have the YouTube link for it, but it's the audio, but that's fine. Two Seater audio, new music, new single Two Seater out now, socials, Spotify link, etc. Great, so you can go check this out on Spotify if you want to as well. We are going to listen through this track from start to finish. I don't know why this is at 127. No, hey. I wish that YouTube would just allow you to, like, move the dot back to the start without auto... Hang on. Oh, I'm just confusing myself now. We're going to listen through this track from start to finish and see what we think. And just to finish my thought, I wish that YouTube would just allow you to move the dot there so that, like, you could just put it back to the start and it wouldn't autoplay. That's what I wanted to sort of do. Maybe there's a setting I can press to fix that, but yeah. Let's go. Oh, I'm liking that guitar riff. It's nice and fresh. Oh, it's... Ooh, okay. That was an articulate, jazzy little guitar lead to come into this part. There is a lot going on with the vocals and these sort of synth bits immediately. I kind of dig it. This is kind of a banger already, to be honest. I'm hyped for this actually, dude. I was expecting there to be a bit more resonance in the low end. I was expecting there to be a really nice tight 808 with the drums. And don't get me wrong, I'm liking the track at the moment. It's great. This is probably the style, the sound they're going for. It's just what I'm used to so much from the genre, but it's nice to have something a little bit different. Hang on a minute, just so I can clarify this. Is it Heero the Outcast or Heero? Because I'm seeing Heero here. I'm seeing Heero here. So it's Heero the Outcast. I'll clarify this in the intro to the video, or on the intro card. Actually, I'm not sure if you can see that. I've just realized that, like, I'm here. I don't know if you can see that yet. If you have a look there, if we make it into theater mode, can you see this? There. See how it says Heero down there? I've just removed myself so we can check it out. Sorry about that. Like here, the vocals are really nice and loud and on the sides. And I can hear the individual elements of the mix really well, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of a song where you know, you're just talking about going for a ride somewhere, going on travel, and you're two-seater. It's kind of a fun topic to talk about, isn't it? Keeping it golden, fuck on that folding, heavily growing my provision, making it potent, no, I'm not gloating, only approaching my decision, repetition, cut for precision, eyes wide open, steady the vision, with my goals ahead on collision, I'm too bold, so fuck your vision, this is my soul, so witness my glow, now I hope you know you will catch me slipping, time is ticking, homie, y'all tripping, why not clicking, this is a given, wait and see, just blame me, here's my answer for your attention, man. Like, I really enjoy what we've got in regards to, you know, Heero as a rapper. He's a phenomenal rapper. He's a phenomenal vocalist. The clarity of the way he pronounces and sort of communicates is something that is not as common as you might expect. It's pristine. It's really well mixed. I really thoroughly enjoy that. I love the effects channel on the vocals. You know, it's great. You know, like the EQing stuff is sensational. I'm going to have a listen through parts of this probably at the end of the song just to clarify everything. But just to have a part as well of the song where you didn't have the drums just kind of sitting there for the whole entire time. To have that airiness, that fluffiness, that dreamlike stature, especially when you compare it to like the vaporwave stuff going on with the video.
I think, is that like an electric bass, or is there another kind of bass instrument in there? Because I think that would be dope if that's the case. I can hear bass, don't get me wrong. That is an electric bass, actually, I think that is. Or like a bass synth alongside that matter. Gotta keep God first when we're rolling in my two-seater. Again, I want to comment on a few things before the song. Oh, we've still got a bit to go. Are we doing another verse? It's kind of unheard of to just have like I don't know, with a lot of contemporary hip hop and rap that I listen to, you don't have this level of like freedom with the guitaring. I really enjoy the extra coloration, you know, that this electric guitar solo, the clean leads have brought to the song as a whole. There's a sophistication to it, an articulation that I really appreciate. It's like a cool response between the hook line. Oh, that's actually... he's a really great guitar player. Just how clean those sweeps and palm muted notes are coming through is just sensational. Cool. I want to sort of go over a few things just before we finish. And usually I don't go back and listen through stuff, but I feel like I missed some important points and I want to clarify some stuff. So I'll be right back. I like how he goes up in that range there and has a lot of fun with raising into his head voice. I think it's fantastic and adds a bit of charisma and energy to it that, like, the low vocals are fantastic, but it's just a nice contrast to what we've had so far. Take it one day at a time, keeping my eyes on the prize. Yeah, I've heard a bit of stuff within that first verse, which is talking about sort of like the stuff is concocting, like basically you get the indication that he's aware of the progress that he's making as a musician, and he's just rolling his two-seater towards success. You know, keeping his eyes on the prize, not being distracted by all the other people that are getting within his way. I think that's what the song sums to. There's obviously a little bit more. Like, there's a lot of verse stanzas and vocal lines and everything like that. There's obviously more to it, and I think that's what gives this track replay value. I want to keep this review relatively succinct, but I'll go through that second verse one more time, and we'll just have a quick listen. Like, clearly the guy's articulate. He knows how to express himself really well. He's talking about increasing his provisions, and like basically this track is the second verse. If we ever listen a bit more. My goals are head on collision. I'm too bold, so fuck the division. This is my soul, so witness my glow. Now I hope you know you will catch me slipping. Time is ticking, homie, y'all tripping. Why not clicking? This is a given. Wait. Yeah, no, he's just cruising by in his two-seater, not giving a fuck about anyone else. He's just making those gains, and I adore that to pieces. I think that's really great. You know, it's relatable. I think a lot of people are trying to hustle and make the most of their lives because they know that time is running out. Because this is effectively the conclusion now. I think music like this, a lot of people do relate to it. You know, you don't even need to be a fan of this type of music to be able to relate to it and understand it. I think that it's a great thing to write a song about. It's timeless. You know, people just want to sort of make those gains and get to where they want to be and be successful. And honestly, a lot of people are distractions, and you've got to just try and ignore them. See, I think that's what the song is about, in short, in a succinct manner. There's more nuance to it, but that's what I've gotten so far. In addition to this, I think this track was voiced really well, not just by, you know, the rapper, Heero, the Outcast, but also there are other melodic voices within this track, like the guitar sections and stuff, which were splendid. The guitar soloing was phenomenal, the lead lines. It was nice to have changes and development within it, and for it to bounce off the vocals like that. It was clear that the production, people who were involved with the production understood that you had these two, that they needed to counterweight each other and also work together and sort of like have give and take, you know, having that equilibrium there, that sense of balance within the track was very important, and they managed to nail that. What else do I want to say? Basically, yeah, as a rapper, as a vocalist, as a singer, as a rapper, actually, because they nailed both. You know, the rapping was articulate, it was clear. Clearly, they have great vocal technique and have had plenty of practice doing it. And in terms of the singing, again, there was a clear understanding of vocal technique. They tried to sort of make it work with the rapping in those chorus sections. I think it worked incredibly well. You had some lovely harmonies there that again added a bit of vibrancy to the track. There was already quite a lot of it, but there was that extra bit of oomph and polish to it that was very meaningful, and it was a great choice. The composition where you had I think there was electric basses and drums and obviously the guitar parts that I mentioned and a few other instruments. The collection of the instruments in regards to their textures, the riffs they played, and there was changes in the overall musical concepts within this track. They didn't just do one thing the whole time. There was adjustments within it. I think it was great that we had these subtle shifts between the 2 or 3 bits that were there. It matched incredibly well with what we had from the vocals, and everything was very stylistically cohesive. It was great throughout. There was no point in the 4 minute, because remember this is a 4-minute song. There was, even with the 40-second outro with the vocals and just the guitar there was no point where anything felt like filler. And the production, mixing and mastering was testament to the overall skill required to be able to do something like this. It was just all fantastic. I've got no real complaints about it. I know at the beginning I talked about a lack of perceived sub bass, but it's just because I think actually a lot of people, they slam those basses in maybe a little bit too hard. And it's kind of nice to have a little bit more of a subtle low end to a track. I think it helps to balance out the top end, and that can make it kind of shine and shimmer a little bit. And that could be something, especially because this guy sounds like he's going through a golden period of success, going through into the sunset with his car. It wouldn't necessarily make sense to be a lot of that low doom and gloom, that heaviness or aggression within this track. So all in all, I think it was well done and well considered. And I wish, Heero the Outcast, right? Heero the Outcast? Yeah, Heero the Outcast, the best of luck in future with their musical endeavors. And that was effectively my review of Heero the Outcasts, or Heroes to Cedar. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and YouTube page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.